My dear children, imagine a silent chapel in the earliest hours of morning, when the world outside still slumbers in shadows. The air is cool and still. The stone walls seem to hold a holy hush, and from the far end of the room, one single candle flickers upon the altar. Its flame is small, yet its glow softens the darkness, casting gentle waves of light that touch every corner. That one flame pushes back what seems overwhelming, filling the stillness with a quiet hope. This is what my light is like within you. No matter how vast the darkness feels, no matter how endless the night may seem, my light enters and shifts everything. The shadows lose their grip, and what was hidden begins to be revealed. You are not left alone in a world of confusion, despair, or uncertainty. I, your Father, bring light to guide your path. I bring warmth to your cold places. I bring clarity where there has only been haze. Stay with me, my dear children. Do not turn away when the weight of life presses in. Come nearer to the flame of my presence, and you will see that even the deepest darkness cannot overcome the smallest spark of my light. For I am, my beloved ones, I speak these words to you today because I see how you struggle beneath the burdens of your heart. I see the questions that linger in your mind, the fear of the unknown, and the nights when sleep escapes you because worry whispers in your thoughts. I do not look upon you with anger, nor do I grow weary of your weakness. Instead, I look upon you with a father's love. My compassion is endless, and my mercy reaches deeper than the pit of despair you sometimes find yourself in. I call you into my presence in this moment, so you may know that you are never lost. The message I give to you is this: I am your light in the darkness. I have come to bring peace where there has been turmoil, to give direction where there has been confusion, and to pour hope into the emptiness that life sometimes leaves behind. My dear children, let this time with me be sacred. Rest your heart in my words. Allow my spirit to calm you like still waters. Hear me, my dear children. I am the one who said, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. These words remain true, steady, and unchanging, for I am eternal. When you walk with me, the path ahead becomes illuminated, even if you can see only one step at a time. My light is not merely a flicker that fades, but an eternal flame that burns steadily, guiding you, protecting you, and showing you that you are never without direction. I know the nights you have cried silently when no one else understood the heaviness you carried. I know the moments when you thought, this is too much for me, I cannot go on. Yet, my beloved, it was in those very hours that my light was closest to you, even when you could not see it. Even when the darkness pressed so heavily around you, I was there as a flame in the night. Think of how a single flame can change a room. In a darkened chamber, you cannot see the walls or the way forward. Confusion overwhelms. Yet the moment a candle is lit, the space is no longer the same. That is what my spirit does within your soul. I push back despair. I reveal the way forward. I remind you that you are held, secure in the embrace of my love. My dear children, you are not forsaken. When the world grows cold and voices of fear rise loudly, Remember my words. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? You have no reason to fear, for I am your shield. I walk with you into tomorrow, and I already know the road you will travel. When confusion tries to blur your thoughts, pause and draw near to me. Like the dawn breaking through clouds after a long storm, my wisdom will come, slow but sure, until the horizon of your mind glows with clarity. My spirit is gentle, my voice is steady. I will never lead you astray. Follow the light of my word, and you will find that every valley has an exit, every night gives way to morning, and every shadow eventually bows to the radiance of my love. Some of you feel the weight of loneliness. Darkness whispers that you are unseen, forgotten, or abandoned. Hear me now. You are never alone. I am closer to you than the breath you take. I hold you in the palm of my hand, and I delight in calling you my own. I do not forsake those I love, and I do not turn my face away from those who seek me. When you cry, I hear. When you fall, I lift you. When you despair, I shine light, so that you may remember hope once more. Let your heart rest in the truth that no matter how dark the road may appear, my light is more powerful than the night. The stars themselves are but reminders that even in the vastness of darkness, I scatter my glory for you to see. Every glimmer, every flame, every sunrise is my whisper. I am here. So, my dear children, take courage. Do not be overwhelmed. Walk step by step with me. The flame of my presence is enough to lead you through today, and my promises are enough to carry you into tomorrow. Trust in my light, believe in my goodness, and know that you are forever loved. My dear children, hear my heart as I speak to you again. I know the roads you have walked and the places where the shadows have seemed so heavy that you feared you might never see the light again. I have watched as you tried to carry burdens too great for your shoulders, thinking you must press on in your own strength. I have seen the questions in your mind when you could not see the way forward, when the fog of uncertainty clouded your view and despair whispered that perhaps there was no way out. Yet I tell you this with a Father's unchanging love. I am your way, I am your truth, and I am your life. When you cannot see, my light sees for you. When you cannot walk, my strength carries you. When you feel lost, my presence surrounds you until you remember again who you are and whose you are. My beloved, let me show you how my light works within you. Think of the moment just before dawn, when the sky is still dark and the world feels hushed and waiting. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, the horizon begins to glow. First a faint silver, then a soft golden edge, until suddenly the brilliance of the sun breaks forth. That is how my promises unfold in your life. I am never late, never absent. Even when you feel as though the night will never end, my dawn is already on its way. For I am faithful. I am the one who keeps every promise, the one who never fails. Do not fear the shadows, my dear children. Shadows can only exist because of light. They are not the final word. They are but passing shapes that remind you that light is present, even if it seems distant. The enemy of your soul wants you to believe that the darkness is stronger, but I tell you today that the darkness is powerless before me. The smallest spark of my spirit within you has authority over every shadow, every lie, every fear, and that spark will never go out because it is born of me. You may ask, Lord, how can I walk in this light you speak of? The answer is simple, my beloved. Stay close to me. Abide in me, and I in you. Do not rush ahead in your own wisdom, nor wander off into paths that glitter, but do not glow with truth. Stay in my word, for it is a lamp to your feet and a light to your path. Stay in prayer, not as a duty, but as a lifeline, a conversation of love between father and child. Stay in my presence, for in my presence there is fullness of joy, and joy becomes a lantern to guide you even in the thickest fog. Remember the words I've already spoken. I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. Do not let these words be distant history. Let them live in you now. This promise was not only for those who heard me 2,000 years ago, it is for you in this very moment. It is for your struggles today, your doubts tonight, your decisions tomorrow. When you follow me, darkness is stripped of its power, because the light of life dwells within you. My dear children, there are times when the weight of despair can make even hope feel foreign. I see the moments when you wonder if joy will ever return, when grief clouds your days and confusion weaves itself into your thoughts. But I say to you, I am your joy. I am your comfort. I am your wisdom. You do not need to manufacture these things on your own. You only need to open your heart, and I will pour them into you like rivers of living water. Picture, if you will, a vast dark hall where you cannot find the exit. The walls seem endless, and your steps echo in emptiness. Then, suddenly, a flame appears in the distance, small at first, but steady. You turn toward it, and with each step, the shadows retreat. That flame is me within you. The more you turn toward me, the clearer the way becomes. The more you walk in my light, the less power the darkness holds. You do not need to know every detail of the path ahead. You only need to know that I walk with you. And if I walk with you, nothing can overcome you. Be still and know that I am God. Let those words settle deep in your spirit. Be still when fear clamors. Be still when confusion rises. Be still when the storm rages. For in the stillness my light shines brightest, like the calm that follows thunder, like the rainbow that paints the sky after rain. My peace will settle upon you when you choose to rest in me. And hear this, my beloved, my light is not only for you to hold, but for you to shine. I have placed within you a flame meant to bless others. When you let your light shine before men, they will see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. The comfort you receive from me becomes comfort you give to others. The hope I place in your heart becomes hope you offer to the weary. The clarity I provide becomes guidance to those still wandering. You are my vessels, carrying my light into every place you go. Even a smile, a gentle word, or a prayer whispered in love becomes a candle in another's darkness. So walk in this truth, my dear children. Walk in confidence, knowing that you are never without my light. Let your steps be steady, not because the road is easy, but because I am with you. Let your heart be peaceful, not because life is free of trials, but because my Spirit dwells within you. Let your hope rise, not because you understand everything, but because you trust the one who does. And when the night feels long, remember this: the dawn always comes. My promises never fail. My love never ends. My light will never fade. My dear children, let your hearts rest as I continue to pour out my words to you. You have walked through valleys that seemed endless, and you have stood in nights so heavy that you wondered if the sun would ever rise again. Yet I say to you, even in your darkest hour, my light has never left you. It has surrounded you, shielded you, and carried you through moments when your strength was gone. You are here because my love has preserved you, and you will remain because my faithfulness is unshakable. I want you to see how I work in the unseen. Just as a seed rests buried in the soil, unseen in the depths of the earth, so too have I planted my light in places you cannot see. The seed waits in darkness, but within that hidden place, life is forming. In time, the soil breaks open and the tender shoot emerges, reaching for the sun. So it is with you, my dear children. The darkness you despise is often the very place where I birth new life within you. Do not despise the season that feels hidden, for my light is quietly working to bring forth a harvest. There is no darkness that can overtake you when you abide in me. Look at the stars in the night sky scattered across the heavens. They do not flee from the darkness. They shine in it. They proclaim my glory against the canvas of night. In the same way, I call you to shine with the light I have placed within you. You do not need to chase away the shadows in your own strength. Simply be who I created you to be, and my Spirit within you will shine as a witness to the world. Do not believe the lie that you are too weak, too broken, or too lost to carry my light. I tell you now, my dear children, your weakness is the very place my strength is made perfect. Your brokenness is the very space where my healing power flows most freely. Your lostness is the very condition that compels me to seek you, to lift you upon my shoulders, and to bring you home rejoicing. You are not disqualified. You are chosen, beloved, and secure in me. There are paths you have walked where fear shouted louder than faith. There are decisions you faced that felt like standing at a crossroads in the dark with no signposts. Yet I say to you, I am the signpost. I am the voice behind you saying, this is the way. Walk in it. My Spirit is never silent when you lean into me. Even when you cannot discern my direction immediately, I am guiding your steps. Every prayer you whisper, every tear you cry, every longing in your soul, I gather them all, and I weave them into a path of light that will not fail you. Think of a shepherd walking with his flock through a valley at dusk. The sheep cannot see beyond a few steps. Their eyes are dim in the fading light. Yet the shepherd carries a lantern, and the sheep walk safely because the shepherd knows the way. My dear children, I am your shepherd. I carry the lamp that reveals each step you must take. You do not need to see the whole journey. You only need to stay close to me, for as long as I hold the light, you are safe. Let your heart recall the words of the psalmist, "The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear?" Fear grows loud in the darkness, but fear loses its power in the presence of my light. When you feel the grip of anxiety tightening around your spirit, remember that I have already broken its chains. When despair whispers that tomorrow holds nothing good, remember that I hold tomorrow in my hand, and I delight in blessing my children. When confusion clouds your thoughts, remember that I am not the author of confusion, but of peace. And my peace, my dear children, is not fragile. It is not shaken by storms, nor diminished by the noise of the world. It is a peace that passes all understanding, guarding your hearts and minds in Christ Jesus. This peace is like a great river, flowing steadily, carving paths through stone, unstoppable and life-giving. Drink deeply of this peace, for it flows from the throne of my grace, and it will sustain you in every season. I know that some of you carry memories that feel like dark rooms in your soul. You avoid entering them because the pain feels too raw, the regret too heavy, or the wounds too deep. But hear me now. Even in those rooms, I long to bring my light. I do not force my way in, but I stand at the door and knock. If you open to me, I will step into that room with you. My light will not expose you to shame, but will heal you with mercy. My love will not condemn, but will restore. My presence will not abandon, but will embrace you as a father who delights in his children. So let me into every corner of your life, my beloved ones. Do not keep any place hidden from me. The moment my light touches the darkness, transformation begins. Chains break, fear dissolves, hope is reborn. And when you feel weary of the journey, when you long for rest, come to me. I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. My rest is not the absence of struggle, but the presence of my strength carrying you. Lay down your burdens, my dear children, place them in my hands, and let my light lead you forward free of the weight that has held you back. Never forget, I have not called you to walk this path alone. You are surrounded by brothers and sisters who carry my light as well. Together you shine brighter. Together you remind the world that the darkness is never final. Together you are a city on a hill that cannot be hidden. When you gather in my name, your light multiplies, and the world cannot help but notice. Therefore, rise in confidence, my beloved. Do not shrink back into the shadows of despair. Do not listen to the voices that tell you you are too small, too weak, or too unworthy. You are mine. I have called you by name. I have chosen you before the foundation of the world. And the light I have placed in you will not be put out. Even as night falls, you will see my stars. Even as storms rage, you will hear my whisper. Even as valleys stretch before you, you will walk with the assurance that my light leads you safely through. And when the journey ends, you will stand in the full brilliance of my eternal presence, where no shadow will ever fall again. So take courage, my dear children. Hold fast to my promises. Let my light shine within you and through you, for the darkness is passing, and the true light is already shining. My dear children, lean close and receive these words as if I am holding your face in my hands and looking into your eyes. I know the exact shape of your sorrow and the secret contours of your joy. I know how the darkness gathers sometimes like a tide, pushing in with waves of doubt, but I also know how the light within you rises to meet each swell. I have placed within you a lamp that cannot be quenched, a flame that bears witness to my presence. Remember that I said, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. Let these words rest in your heart and steady your breath. Sometimes the path before you is not a broad avenue, but a narrow way, carved between high shadowed cliffs. It is in those narrow places that you feel exposed and fearful, yet it is precisely there that my light speaks with the clearest voice. Like a single flame in a vast, dim room, my presence sharpens what you must see and softens what you must leave behind. I do not always flood you with answers at once. Often I give you a single step, a small clarity, a gentle nudge, so that faith grows within you step by step. Trust the small light I give. It is enough for the next step, and the next will follow when you move in faith. I am not distant when confusion crowds in. I do not sit afar while you struggle to find your way. I am with you in the thick of it, guiding like a hand on your shoulder. If you will listen, my voice will come not as a thunderclap, but as a soft whisper in the calm after a storm. Be still and know that I am God. In that stillness, my light reveals not only the way forward, but also the truth about who you are. You are beloved, you are called, you are equipped. You are more than the sum of your failures. You are clothed in my righteousness and set free to live in my light. There are nights when the darkness is a long, cold room and grief is the only furniture. You may be tempted to hide, to lock the door, to pretend the hurt does not exist. Do not hide from me, for I was the one who walked into the darkest place of humanity and brought light where none seemed possible. When you open the door and invite me in, I do not expose you to shame. I bring warmth, I bring healing, I bring a light that transforms sorrow into a song, mourning into a mantle of praise. Allow me to sit with you in the night. I will not leave until dawn breaks within your soul. My dear children, see how I use small things to accomplish great ends. A single candle relieves a room of its utter blackness. A single word spoken in love can turn a life. A single act of kindness can pierce the armor of loneliness. Never underestimate the power I give you in the ordinary. I have placed within you an influence meant to bless and to restore. When you let your light shine gently and steadily, I use it to guide other weary travelers. You may not see the full effect of your faithfulness, but I do. I count every tear you wipe from another face, every prayer you offer, every hand you hold. These small lights gather together until communities glow with my presence and the darkness cannot remain. When anxiety speaks with loud, convincing lies, answer with the quiet truth of my promises. Tell your heart the words I have spoken. I am with you always. I will not leave you nor forsake you. Let this truth be a lamp to your feet. There will be storms, but you will not be lost in them. There will be moments when your courage is thin, but my steadiness will be your foundation. Fear will come and fear will pass, but my love endures forever. Hold fast to this love, for it is the anchor in the night. Remember also that growth often comes through resistance. Just as iron is refined by fire, so your character is shaped when you choose to trust me through trials. These are not punishments, but refining moments in which my light penetrates the places that need shaping. I am a patient father, never hurried, never harsh. I work with tenderness and with purpose. When you surrender your need to control and lean into my leading, the process of transformation begins. You will find that wounds become wisdom, Losses become lessons, and the ashes of your pain are made into new paths of purpose. My dear children, do not be surprised when the light also challenges you. Light reveals what needs change. It does not shame, but it does call for honest response. If there are habits that keep you in the shadows, if there are fears that masquerade as prudence, bring them into the light of my truth. Confess them not as a condemnation, but as a prayer of release, and you will find forgiveness that frees you to step into greater brightness. I am quick to forgive and slow to anger. My delight is to restore, to set you back on the road of abundant life. There will be days when joy bursts forth like sunrise, when laughter spills freely and gratitude rises like incense. Feast on these days and thank me for them. There will also be seasons when the night seems unending, when the flame seems distant. I am present in both. The contrast between night and day reveals my glory. In the brightness, you learn to trust me for the blessing. In the darkness, you learn to trust me for the sustaining grace. Each season is a chapter in the story I am writing, in your story of redemption, of beauty woven from pain, of a light that overcomes every shadow. And so go forward, my beloved, with my light as your constant companion. Let it guide your decisions, fill your relationships, and steady your heart when the road becomes uncertain. Remember the promise: whoever follows me will never walk in darkness. Follow me not as one who darts ahead in fear, but as one who rests and moves with confidence, knowing that my presence is more than sufficient for every need. I will walk with you until the final dawn, when every tear is wiped away and the fullness of my light bathes you without shadow. Until that day, let my flame burn within you brightly and gently, warming your heart and lighting the way for those who walk beside you. Keep your lamps trimmed and burning. Keep your eyes fixed upon me. Keep loving as I love you. My dear children, come closer still and let me speak into the quiet places of your heart. There are seasons when the outer world seems deafening and the inner world seems empty. Yet even in that emptiness, I am present, pouring light like gentle rain into the soil of your soul. You may not notice the first drops, but over time the ground softens, roots deepen, and new growth appears where you once thought only barren ground remained. Trust the unseen work I do within you. I am at work even when you cannot see, and my timing is perfect because I hold all days in my hand. Do not mistake my gentleness for absence. I am not a distant star that only appears on rare nights. I am a steady flame burning at your center. I know the map of your life better than you do. I see the moments that will come, the crossroads you will face, and the hearts you will touch. I prepare you for each step by giving you grace sufficient for the task. When you feel unready, remember that my power is perfected in weakness. Your smallness is the stage where my greatness is revealed. Let my strength be made perfect in your weakness, and you will find that what seemed impossible becomes possible in my light. There will be times when grief comes like a thick fog that softens the edges of joy and muffles the sound of hope. In those foggy hours, do not panic. Walk slowly with me. I will be your compass. I will be the warm lamp you carry in the mist. Each step you take with me brings you closer to clearer air. Every tear you allow to fall is not wasted. I collect them and transform them into rivers of compassion and wells of understanding that sustain you and others. Your sorrow is not a sign that my love has failed. It is a space in which my comfort moves closest to you. Receive it. Rest in it. Let my presence embrace your pain and breathe new life into the broken places. My dear children, sometimes the darkness that surrounds you is not only external, but also internal old doubts, lingering guilt, and the echoes of harsh words spoken long ago. These inner shadows can seem like permanent fixtures, but I tell you plainly, they are not permanent. My light has a way of softening hard edges, of loosening chains, and of turning scar into story. When you bring those parts of yourself to me with honesty, I meet you with grace, not with condemnation. I offer forgiveness that rebuilds and mercy that restores dignity. Speak to me honestly. Name what haunts you. Let my words of life answer the old accusations. I declare over you that you are forgiven, that you are beloved, and that your past does not determine your destiny. Remember the promise I have given. Even though you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, fear will not overcome you, for I am with you. This is not a distant proverb, but a present reality. When you feel the chill of fear, call upon me. Call upon my name like a lantern in the dark, and I will answer. My presence will dispel terror. My hand will steady you. My voice will remind you that you are mine. Hold this truth close. You are never beyond the reach of my light. No mistake, no failure, no sorrow is outside the scope of my redeeming love. I also remind you that light often asks you to move. When I illuminate a truth in your life, it is an invitation to action, sometimes gentle, sometimes decisive. If I shine light on a relationship that needs repair, step toward healing. If my light reveals a habit that dims your joy, step away from it. If my sight shows you a door of service, walk through it. Obedience to the light is not burdensome. It is the path of freedom. As you obey, your steps become clearer, and the road before you brightens. Do not fear the cost of following me. The gain of my presence outweighs any sacrifice, and the life I lead you into is abundant beyond what you imagine. There will be moments of celebration when my light bursts forth in glorious color, and you will sing with joy. Remember to give thanks in those moments, for gratitude multiplies light. But also, give me thanks in the dark, because thanksgiving in the night is an act of faith that invites more of my presence. Praise in the storm is powerful. It acknowledges my sovereignty and opens your heart to the peace that transcends circumstances. Let your spirit cultivate a posture of thanksgiving at all times, and you will find that the darkness loses its grip more quickly than you expect. My dear children, you are not meant to hoard the light I give you. I place light inside you so it may be shared. Imagine a long hallway lined with windows where each window is a life touched by my light. When you let your lamp shine, you open a window for someone else. A single testimony of my faithfulness can become a beam that breaks through despair in another soul. Do not underestimate the ripple effect of obedience, prayer, and simple acts of kindness. One life surrendered to me becomes a lantern that lights many paths. As you walk in my light, be gentle with yourselves and with others. Light exposes truth, but truth spoken in love heals rather than wounds. Let compassion be your manner and patience be your song. There will be those who stumble and those who run ahead, those who doubt and those who believe. Meet each with the same grace I have shown you. Help steady one another, encourage one another, bear one another's burdens. In doing so, you fulfill the law of love and demonstrate that my light not only shows the way, but also builds a community where darkness cannot thrive. I am drawing this world and each of you toward a morning where sorrow will be no more. Until that time, walk with me in the light I give you day by day. Allow my words to be a lamp to your feet and a light to your path. Remember that even a small flame dispels great darkness. Keep tending the light I have placed within you. Keep seeking me with a humble heart. Keep loving with a generous spirit. Keep trusting in my goodness. My dear children, as this time of reflection draws to a close, I want you to feel the fullness of my embrace around you. Do not hurry away, for these moments in my presence are precious. Like the soft glow of dawn spreading over the hills, my peace rises gently within you, and I long for you to rest in it. You have walked with me through the shadows, and you have heard again that I am your light, steady, and sure. Now let me bless you with words of life to carry into the hours ahead. My beloved ones, imagine a vast sky heavy with storm clouds, the rain falling without end. Then, suddenly, the storm passes, the clouds part, and the golden light of the sun pours down upon the earth. That is what my peace is like. The storms of life will come, but they cannot linger forever. My light always breaks through. You are safe in the shelter of my love, just as a bird is safe beneath the covering of its mother's wings. Let your heart rest, for I am your refuge and your strong tower. I know that many of you have carried burdens into this space, worries about tomorrow, regrets about yesterday, fears about what you cannot control. But here, in my presence, you may lay them down. My hands are strong enough to hold them, my mercy wide enough to cover them, and my grace deep enough to redeem them. I have told you, cast all your cares upon me, for I care for you. Believe this, my dear children. Believe that your Father not only hears, but also acts on behalf of those he loves. Think of a river, cool and clear, flowing steadily through a dry and thirsty land. The trees along its banks draw life from its waters, and their leaves do not wither. That is how my Spirit flows in you. You may feel weary, but my living water restores your soul. You may feel empty, but I fill you again and again. Come to me and drink freely. Do not ration my goodness, for I am an endless supply. Let my river wash away your weariness and refresh you with new strength. And when night comes, as it always does, remember that my light is never extinguished. Even the moon reflects the sun's glow, just as your life reflects my presence. You may feel small, but even a small light is enough to guide the way. Trust that I will not allow you to stumble in the dark, for I am the lamp at your feet and the fire by your side. My dear children, I want you to carry with you not only comfort, but also courage. Courage to face what lies ahead with faith. Courage to love others even when it costs you. Courage to stand firm when the world pulls you in other directions. My Spirit within you is not timid. It is bold and full of life. When fear comes, remember my promise. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid, for the Lord your God goes with you. I will never leave you nor forsake you. These words are your inheritance, steady and unchanging. Let me also remind you that you are never walking alone. The family of faith surrounds you even when you cannot see it. You are part of something larger, a body knit together by love, a city set upon a hill that cannot be hidden. When you shine your light, others see and are strengthened. When you share your story of my faithfulness, someone else finds hope for their own journey. Do not hide what I have done for you. Let it become a testimony that draws others into my presence. My beloved, know that I take delight in you, not because of what you do, not because of how perfectly you perform, but because you are mine. I rejoice over you with singing. I hold you close as a father holds his child after a long day. Rest in my love, for it does not waver with your circumstances. It is constant, eternal, unshakable. Let your soul breathe deeply now. Release the weight you've carried. Receive my blessing of peace, like a gentle breeze after heavy heat. Receive my encouragement, like light breaking through a canopy of trees. Receive my hope, like the calm after a storm. For I am the God who makes all things new, and I am doing a new work within you even now. And when you leave this moment, my dear children, carry my presence with you. Carry it into your home, your work, your conversations, your quiet thoughts. Let my peace guard you when you wake and guide you when you rest. Let my light mark your steps so others may see the glow of my love in you. Now, as we part from this time together, I gently ask you to help share this light further. If this message has touched your heart, if my words have brought you peace, I invite you to let others know by liking this message, by sharing your thoughts in the comments, by subscribing so you may return again to my words. You are helping to spread my light into places where it is most needed. Do not see it as a task, but as an extension of love, a way of holding up the flame so others may find their way. So go now, my dear children, with my blessing upon you. Walk in peace, live in hope, and shine with my light. And remember always, you are loved beyond measure, held without end, and guided every step of the way by the one who is the light of the world.